As vet students, we practice clinical scenarios in virtual breakout rooms, so it's really important that I speak up and say what I'm thinking, because, and especially if it's different from everyone else's, we're all learning that way.
Speaking up can be very difficult. Speaking up virtually seems to be even more difficult. Whether this is due to a fear of interrupting someone or simply just turning your camera on, it can be very distressing. During virtual breakout rooms for clinical scenarios, I often feel like this, and in one particular example, I noticed an abnormality on an X-ray. I felt too nervous to speak up and say what I had seen. When I eventually did, I felt like I had achieved something and contributed to the group. It also meant my whole group could move on to the next task.
Online learning platforms can mean that sometimes people are nervous to speak, even at university. For me, it's really important to stand up and have my voice heard because it helps me engage with the learning material a whole lot more. And also, I always think if I have a question, then someone else in the room probably has the same question, so I'm also helping my peers. Also, this lets my lecturer know whether I understand something or whether I need a little bit more support with my learning, and it's really important come revision time.
I need to make sure that people hear and understand me better during group work if I think that there's a more efficient way for me and my team to get a problem solved. So I know this can be really scary, but you should always speak up because it has the potential to make things better for your whole team.
I think that answering a question, whether or not you know the answer fully or whether or not you're going to just have a good go, is the best way to engage with your learning and show your teachers that you really are understanding or trying to understand what they're telling you, which is more important this year than ever.
I think that speaking up can make things go easier for everyone because nobody likes the long and awkward pauses during your Zoom class. So you should always speak up when you feel like you can because it'll make things better for you and your whole class.
For me, I've realised that if I turn my camera and mic on as soon as possible and say hello to the group, it gets rid of any awkwardness and makes me feel more prepared to speak later on. It makes me feel more confident in my answers and makes me feel like I can ask more questions.
As future vets, we have been doing virtual rotations. If you don't ask questions when you don't understand something, then you're not going to learn, and you're probably not going to make a good vet. Speaking online is difficult. It's important that you control your nerves and you speak at a comfortable pace.